Hello, folks. It's Cynthia. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me for this premiere introduction to my new Tarot Awakenings mini course called 22 Steps to Freedom. And in this particular video, we're going to discuss the course and what it reviews, what 22 Steps to Freedom is. It's an exercise, it's a practice, it's a meditation. It's going to help you on your journey of self-discovery, self-mastery, manifestation, working with how energy and life force moves through you and helps you to create yourself and your life every moment of every day. It's a beautiful exercise. I absolutely love it. And I'm so excited and so grateful to have you here joining me for this introduction to it. And I look forward to seeing you inside the course. Before we get into the presentation of the course, though, just to give you a little bit of background, in case you're new and you don't know who I am, there is a link to my bio info in the description box, as well as a link to the course itself. So after you watch the video, you can scoot right on over and dive in. But just in brief, I've been working with the tarot and dream interpretation for over 25 years. I've been doing Reiki and energy work for over 20 years. I am a Reiki master teacher. I've been working with the I Ching as well for a good 20 years or so. And I've been teaching metaphysics and tarot and numerology and meditation for over 10 years, probably closer to 12. In any case, so that's a little bit about where I'm coming from. It's been a lot of years of working with people and working with the psychic sciences and working with these tools, and tarot is by far one of my favorites. And so I'm just really passionate about using tarot cards for personal self-development and psychic development and intuitive development, spiritual progress, spiritual journeying. And so that's where we're at with this. 22 Steps to Freedom is, well, I'll get into it. Let's dive ourselves right on into the presentation and the introduction into the course. So 22 Steps to Freedom is a mini course consisting of some short videos and a PDF that explores your intuitive, mental, emotional consciousness. The real purpose here is to allow you to discover how to align and realign your spirit, mind, body system with an intentional connection to your higher self. The course discusses how your energy moves through you to manifest and create your reality, how the tarot works as a tool that's designed specifically to support this process, and how you can explore and experiment with this exercise to harmonize your spirit, mind, body, and maintain present moment awareness as you deliberately and intentionally manifest yourself and your life. So I'm really excited that we're here and that I get to teach you 22 Steps to Freedom as an exercise process, and the principles behind it might be very familiar to some of us who have explored, say, Abraham Hicks' teachings or read Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and essentially Abraham. In their book, Ask and It Is Given, Abraham Hicks describes an emotional guidance scale. And it's kind of like a ladder to get you from the emotion and thoughts that you're experiencing to what they call a better feeling thoughts, a better feeling place, right? Their book describes processes and exercises that can be really helpful in doing so, and they offer deliberate and conscientious exercises for aligning yourself. In this mini course, we're going to look at a similar inner guidance scale, and it can help you as you process experiences and emotions and work to heal, say, limiting or false belief thought patterns. Um, in recognizing the tarot as a very profound focus tool for psychic intuitive readings and divination has led me personally to explore it from a more meditative standpoint, which then led to a deep dive into the transmutation of the soul, or what's known as dynamic alchemy, and thus also into an awareness of the tarot and its esoteric teachings and sort of mystical philosophies and archetypal symbols as practically a textbook for natural law, for personal spirit, mind, body development and manifestation, which is the process of creating your personal reality. So 22 Steps to Freedom will teach you this exercise and share it with you with practical techniques and uses for you to maintain an aligned self-awareness, even as you begin to integrate, transmute, and process any experience that you have of discord, disharmony, conflict, contrast, all of those things. Sometimes we get knocked off balance, knocked out of flow, knocked out of alignment, and we can recognize it. But some things have a momentum because they're in our experience, they're a part of our reality, and it can be difficult to stop that momentum. 22 Steps to Freedom is essentially going to teach you a technique using the tarot that will help you to take that momentum in a more beneficial direction so that you can actually shift your thoughts and feelings around either around limiting or false beliefs, or keeping you maintaining and building a more beneficial momentum, recognizing where you're at. But definitely it's a process of keeping you in the, if we were going to compare it to Abraham Hicks' emotional guidance scale, keeping you in the neutral to positive zone rather than in the not so good feelings zone. We're going to help you to take any momentum, whether you could look at it as positive or negative, and shift it into momentum that's going to work for you. So it is really a very exciting process. So 22 Steps to Freedom is comprised of 5 video lessons, which includes the welcome segment. And these short videos are just full of great information and resources to go along with the techniques and the practical exercises. There's also a workbook manual PDF, which is essentially how 22 Steps to Freedom started in development. Usually everything I teach comes out in written form first, like an essay or a blog or a book of some kind. I kind of begin automatic writing spontaneously, and boom, there's a book or something, and then it morphs into something else, like a course or a workshop. So 22 Steps was no different than that. From my spirit helpers teaching the process to me as I worked at maintaining my flow and my alignment during some drastic upheavals in life, to the actual writing out of the process, to the development of the mini course. So your course page will also have various resources and links for self-study and growth, which may be especially helpful if you're new to some of these ideas, or if you feel out of practice in incorporating these wisdoms in your life. you know, for me personally, it was interesting to have to go back. Like, I have a copy of Ask and It Is Given. I can't really tell you where it is because I have so many books. But, you know, when it came out, when it was first published, I picked it up and I read it, and, you know, I started working with it. And then it kind of like, it was one of those things that was, you know, there, but not really there. You know, the first year that I had the book, you know, I read it and I worked with some of the processes, but it was difficult for me to kind of integrate with it. And the deeper I got into, you know, learning energy work, learning Reiki, really exploring different kinds of meditation and visualization, and working with the tarot even deeper, and doing things professionally as well, within metaphysical and psychic sciences field, it was astounding to me at this point in my life to sort of come back around. I've seen a couple of things. I've been looking more closely at Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks teachings, as well as various others, which I do review because they are valuable resources. I do review them in the course as well, so you can kind of look to what, but I mean, looking through, reviewing all kinds of channeled literature that has to do with energy flows and manifestation and everything like that. You know, I had been out of practice. And so to have it kind of come back around full circle and really integrate all of the things that I've been learning back with something that's kind of been growing is a fascinating sort of alignment, you could say. So on top of all of those resources and those links for you to explore further, the video lessons and the PDF, I'm also offering as a bonus to help serve you fully as you navigate the course and your 22 Steps to Freedom. Free one-on-one session to those who get this course before the end of the month. With this free session with me, you'll be able to ask questions about manifestation, energy work, tarot, how things are going with your 22 Steps to Freedom exercise, practice, and pretty much whatever you want to talk about. So it's your opportunity pretty much to pick my brain, get support in finding your footing as you take your 22 Steps to Freedom, and really experience some powerful healing and cleansing and energy movement. So I'm excited to offer that to you, very much so. So let's talk about the videos in the course. Your first is the welcome video. Don't skip it. It actually has excellent guidance and tips to help you move through the course. I know I'd be tempted to skip over the stuff that I think I already know to just get to the practicum and like do the thing, right? Even if that's how you roll, go back and review the stuff you feel like skipping. Because honestly, you'll get full benefit out of taking them in order, but even if you go back review, it will bring a more fulfilling understanding because it'll give you a springboard, how things are growing through the course, how it's developed. So your basis standpoint and then moving on. For this particular launch, since this is, you know, the first time that I'm releasing the course, honestly, it will be going essentially one at a time. So if you take them in order as I serve them up to you, you will get full benefit out of the course. The thing is, you know, just be open to getting a new perspective or being reminded of something you hadn't realized you'd forgotten. whether it be about meditation or manifestation or natural law or the tarot. The whole course is pretty self-explanatory. However, the welcome video does have, tips and points out some nuances in moving through it so that you can, again, receive full benefit of working with this mini course. Video lesson 1 is a discussion kind of on the background. It's really the springboard for how the tarot can be a tool to guide you through how natural law is moving you and how life force is manifesting in your world. This lesson's an exploration in how all of these various philosophical and metaphysical aspects are connected, how they're useful in operating together within the 22 Steps to Freedom exercise, and also how they might relate to other practices and processes that you could employ. Thunderstorming, can you hear that? Wow. So cleansing and beautiful. I love it. Listen to the rain for a minute. It's powerful. So, when you purchase the course, you'll get an email requesting that you set up login information for Bridgeswell member site, and you'll also receive the welcome email with the welcome video. Once you log in, you'll go to your My Account tab on the menu and select 22 Steps to Freedom, and that's the mini course page. And on your course page is where you will find the welcome video and video lesson 1, and that will be ready for you right now today. As we continue forward each day, I'm going to release like the next video. So for example, tomorrow there will be an email letting you know about the release of video lesson 2 and the 22 Steps to Freedom PDF workbook, and then the rest of the videos will be released daily. So that's just for this initial release. So video lesson number 2 is really a deeper and more specific examination of spirit, mind, body system, the emotional guidance scale and your vibrational frequencies, and the developmental cycles of the major arcana archetypes. And it looks at pretty much what self-mastery and manifestation are truly about, from a metaphysical and standpoint and philosophical standpoint. Video lesson number 3 then gives us the practical doing it exercise of the 22 Steps to Freedom. There's some meditation, a brief discussion of which techniques to use and why, demonstration of the exercise and various ways to use it, and of course we'll look at some really practical ways to have fun with the tarot in any exercise or process or meditation that you might feel inclined to practice for different reasons. So video number 3 is really the useful integration of the 22 Steps to Freedom exercise, how the tarot and meditation can serve in working with the exercise, but also, enhancing other techniques and processes or practices that you might possibly be using. And then finally, your closing video will be a brief discussion of further possibilities, ideas, tips, and techniques for exploring and experimenting with your own style, and also a review of the resources and guides in the mini course that are available to you. There's also going to be details about ways that you can get customer support, offer feedback, ask questions, and very most importantly, the process for setting up our one-on-one session together, which I'm so excited about. So remember, this free session with me is only available to those who jump in this mini course before the end of the month. The details in this last video will be explained, but just to let you know, I'm going to start scheduling in the last week of next month after the summer solstice. So you can do virtual session, in person, depending upon where you are, or even over the phone for this session. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. So thank you all for being here for this introduction to 22 Steps to Freedom. I'm really excited about sharing this information with you and teaching you this exercise and this process of using the tarot for your alignment and your harmonization of spirit, mind, and body. I'm just really excited for adding on some cool stuff as well as things move along. So for the next 6 or 7 days, for the next week or so, the course will be on sale. After that, it'll go up to regular price. That added bonus, the free one-on-one session with me, expires at the end of the month. So follow the link in the description box below and go ahead and get yourself in there ASAP. We're going to have a lot of fun and we're going to do some cool stuff and it will be totally awesome. So I'm thrilled to have you here again. I appreciate so much all of you who've been here and are viewing this, and I am so excited to work with you when you get into the course. So again, follow the link in the description box. It'll take you right over. You can sign up for your mini course and we will be having some great fun in the months ahead. I really look forward to it. Thank you again for being here, and peace and blessings to you all.